Mr. Speaker, there are crossroads in the history of every great nation so historically significant, so fraught with dramatic consequences, that those in position to influence that nation's direction are compelled to do all they can to ensure it does not fall to the dustbin of history. We have arrived at one of those moments. That is why last week my colleagues and I demanded this majority end their secret impeachment proceedings and bring them into the light of day. Impeachment of the President of the United States is, next to the declaration of war, this body's most solemn, important authority. Impeachment begins the process of removing the duly elected executive of the United States, who was chosen not by this House, but by the American people. In the past, this body has always treated that authority with the solemnity and respect that it demands. Certainly, during the Clinton and Nixon impeachments, this House respected our obligation. In this House, under this majority, no longer. In the secretive closed proceedings in the basement of the Capitol, the majority party has monopolized all power, withheld pertinent facts, denied the accused the right to participate, and offered the minority party little more than token rights, all outside the public eye. The American people, and even most elected members of Congress like myself, have been able to glean only whatever lies, leaks, and misinformation the majority disseminates. During Watergate, this House specifically wrote in our rules that we cannot shut out the public absent extraordinary circumstances. And for over 40 years, our rules prohibited the exclusion of members from attending hearings on investigations. Yet this majority has put an end to those practices, using secret depositions to get around the sunshine rules of this House. Everything is carefully, reprehensibly designed to obscure reality. This is a watershed moment of monumental historic significance. For the sake of our constitutional republic, we must start over and do it the right way. Unfortunately, today the Rules Committee will meet to mark up a resolution that does absolutely nothing to change our dark course. Don't listen to Democrat talking points. This resolution is political cover disguised as goodwill. This is not a vote to authorize impeachment, but a vote to validate and continue the committee's disgraceful, improperly conducted proceedings. This resolution permits the majority to continue holding proceedings in secret whenever the majority arbitrarily decides to do so. And unlike previous impeachment proceedings, this majority's empty assurance to offer the minority the right to issue subpoenas is a sham. In fact, the minority is only authorized to issue subpoenas if Adam Schiff and the Democrats on his committee agree with them, the exact same situation the minority currently faces in all but name. It gives the President no right of due process and instead instructs the chair of the Rules Committee to determine down the road what the procedures will be for participation of the President and his counsel. In the resolution presented by the majority, the President is given no right to see evidence, present evidence, call witnesses, have counsel present at all hearings and depositions, cross-examine witnesses, make objections relating to the examination of witnesses or the admissibility of testimony and evidence, or respond to evidence and testimony. How can President Trump defend himself if he cannot see the evidence against him? Just as importantly, how can the American people make an informed judgment? Under this resolution, the House would deputize Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler, handpicked by Speaker Pelosi, to be prosecutor, judge, and jury. The majority chooses what is seen and unseen by the American people. This is a Star Chamber proceeding reminiscent of some of the most egregious practices of tin-pot dictators. Political coups are often shrouded in patriotic overtones. Look past the talking points and empty promises from Democrats. We must expose what this resolution really does and the calamitous consequences for due process and separations of powers it will unleash. Silence in this matter is complicity. We must rally together to fight back for the sake of the country we hold dear. The fate of our nation depends on it. And I yield back.